All right, good afternoon from my side and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. God richly bless you all for showing up this morning, and I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful to have all of you coming back again. Yes, so I welcome everyone. I welcome everyone again to today's class, a continuation from where we left off last week. Um, Madam Priscilla, you are welcome. Madam Enyo, you are welcome. Franca, you are welcome. I wish the okay, we have Uncle Peleg also joining in. God bless all of you. I believe you can all hear me very loud and clear. If you can hear me, I would just like you to unmute yourself. Okay, I'm getting emojis telling me that I am heard. God bless you so much. So today we are still handling our vocal ranges, and we just want to have much practical aspect of it. And I know by now you've been able to download the apps that we shared on the platform, Play It, and the vocal pitch monitor, and as well as the OG 2024. Yes, so if you have the Play It last week, like I explained, you can use that to reduce the speed of a song, so it can be able to slow down for you to learn something from it. For example, an artist did a run or a thrill or any of the vocal dynamics, and you weren't able to grab it within that pace or within that time signature. You can just reduce it to a good signature so you can get it well and then learn it. And then with the vocal pitch monitor, I'm yet to work with you all on that. Yes, that is going to help us with the other sessions. So today we just want to look at vocal ranges working on the keyboard. Uncle Peleg, I don't know if you can hear me. Are you available to turn on your video if it is fine with you?
Oh, okay.
Yes, boss. Thank you so much. Um, so how many of us here has been good enough to, should I use the word good, has been able to, work with your keyboardist at church to be able to get your ranges? Anyone? Anyone so far? If you've been able to work with your keyboardist to get your vocal range, you can kindly share with me. Auntie Enyonam, have you been able to do that? Auntie Lydia?
Not really, because mostly he doesn't come early when it's rehearsal time. So the moment he comes, our choir director is in a hurry to let us do our rehearsals and leave the place. So I've not been able to
Oh, okay.
discuss that with him. Yes.
That's fine. That's fine. No problem. What about Auntie Lydia? Have you been able to do that? Oh, okay. That's fine. No problem. What about Auntie Priscilla, Franca? Samuel is a keyboardist already. Okay, so Prince, and then Evans. Have we been able to do that? All right. So I think basically I took time off this week to go through the registration, and I realized we have some instrumentalists on the page. The keyboardist sessions, and then the drummer sessions. I as well saw some music directors, but my PA couldn't help me this week at all, Samuel. So I just have to do one or two, uh, you know, swift arrangements to be able to help us all at this time. But then we are going to put ourselves into group. I was expecting him to help me on that, but we will just program ourselves this week, across to next week. We'll have just a cell group of people, and then we'll take it from there, because we want each and every one of us to have a feel of the vocal range we're talking about, and it is very, very important. Yesterday I was online, listening to a program. It was going on very well. The singer was doing very good until he paused, had some admonishing session to the congregation. The next moment, the singer moved to another key, changing the atmosphere, from good to bad, actually. And within the next minute or two, you could see the singer was struggling, and yeah, the voice was gone. The voice was gone because it was far beyond his range. And I believe that it's possible that we all can face that. Yes, normally I call it exaggeration. You become so excited that you exaggerate in mind that the key you about singing, you will be comfortable or you are capable of hitting those higher notes. But once it is not within your range, no matter what, we don't do magic on the stage. It doesn't happen. No. Once you prepare yourself, you are able to put a good performance out there. So because my P wasn't able to help put ourselves into the group, I need to get some miniature keyboard by my side to be able to assist with whatever I want us to know. I wasn't able to put the sound through very well, but I believe it might be a bit audible for us all, so we can hear something. So please give me a feedback if you can hear the sound of the keyboard, please. Can you please hear them very well? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we have the app. Okay, so we're just using this miniature keyboard here as the app we have on our phones, the one I asked that we all download. Now, with this app, you may not be a keyboardist or a pianist, but then you are going to be taught how to get your own key or pick a key from the keyboard, because it's very, very important. Once you have been given a song by your MD or whoever gives you that song, the expectation is that you come back and sing in or on that exact key. Now, let's say you've been given a song and this song is in the key of A, and naturally your range doesn't permit you to do songs in A. Naturally, you are, let's say, a low tone singer, and for some reasons the song in that particular key is very high as well. But then your music director might have confused himself giving you such a song. Sometimes it do happen. Not that the music director knows or does it intentionally. Sometimes there is no one to do it, so you are forced to handle such a song, and you go home and you realize this song given to you to study for the week is beyond your own doing. I believe that it's not with full restrictions that you should still stay on that key. No. If there is someone who can flow on that same key without any problem, perfect. But if you are still supposed to handle that key because it is beyond your vocal range, you are advised to rather bring it down within an environment where you are capable of handling the song without, screeching in there and destroying the beauty of the song. So how do you go about it then? In the course of rehearsals at home, you may not have a keyboardist, or you may not have the chance to meet the keyboardist at church. You should be able to get your own key, function around that key, and know that this key is perfect for you. So if the song is in A, but the key is too loud, the key is too high for you, the knowledge you're going to have today should be able to tell you how to pick a key, sing to know which of the keys is fine. So once you get to choir rehearsals, you tell the MD the song was in A, but then I'm going to be perfectly doing it in G. which settles the score. Yeah, it is best to approach the music in a very honorable way than to attack the music the same way it was given and destroy it. Okay, all right. So Uncle Peleg, I know you're an instrumentalist, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Please, from what church?
the Divine Healers Church.
Okay. Do you have any of your members on this platform?
Oh no.
Okay. All right. Cause we just wanted to do some groupings. Sammy, you have some people here, right? Samuel, your video is off. Samuel Mensa. I think your network. All right. So
Pastor Sam,
okay, talk to
Pastor
me.
Sam. Yeah, I'm using Prince's phone.
Okay, that's fine. All
My
right.
network is
Okay,
giving.
so this is what I would beckon you to do. Kindly speak to Uncle Peleg and the other instrumentalists right after the meeting. I've seen your message, but do that after which we'll get into a chat. Okay, so do that. Let's do the groupings. Uncle Peleg, we just want to have a little groupings, and then we can have time for each and every one because we really want it to be that everyone attending this class is practically doing whatever we are learning here. Okay, so Sammy would communicate with you and then give you details after this class today. Okay, all right, thank you so much.
Uh,
All right.
uh,
So, people, I'm just moving to the keyboard. I believe it's pinned on the page, and you can see when you open the app, you're actually going to see this black and white keys. And the black keys, normally we know them as the sharp and the flat keys, but I give it a name called the enharmonic keys. Enharmonic means extra or additional harmony. If there is an additional harmony, that means that there is an existing harmony. So the white keys, we call them the parent keys or the harmonic keys. That is the easiest way I normally teach people. Okay, so the white keys are the parent keys or the harmonic keys, and then the black ones becomes the enharmonic. It adds extra flavor to the harmony. Okay, so the moment you open the keyboard, you actually find these white keys and then these two black keys. Okay, I think my hand is far away. Okay, let me bring it here. All right, so you'll find these two, and then you'll find these three black keys. So the first set is 12 keys. The first set is a 12 key, but I'm just trying to touch on this. Once the group is done, your tutors will help you get the detail of whatever I am doing here. So you have your 12 keys. The first white key that you see the two black keys on is actually called the C. So like you can see on the screen, this is a C, this is a C sharp, D, D sharp, E, then you move to F, then F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, and then you move to B. Now, whenever you are moving or you are ascending, moving to the right or you are ascending, the black keys are called sharp. And if you are reversing or you are descending right from, you call them flat. So we have the C sharp when you are moving to the right. But if you are moving back, you can decide to call it a D flat. You also have D sharp. When you are moving back, you can call it the E flat. So the D sharp or the E flat is still the same thing. Okay. Now within these 12, we have different octaves. All this 12 has different octaves, starting from the lower, like that, to wherever it ends. And within these octaves, that is where we find our ranges. Okay, that is where we find our ranges. So if for example, I am doing a do and the do is sounding low, I still have the chance to push myself to do the same do on the same key but on a different range. I hope you are all getting me gradually. I can hit a do here. I hope you can hear me. I'm actually on key F. So this same do sounding like this can be someone singing in a lower range or in a lower tone. Now, if your vocal range has been increased, you can still do this and you can decide to come up, but we are still in F. So how do we find all of this? Is by working ourselves out at home and also with the keyboardist. So now let us do something practical here. You have your keyboard on your phone, and having your keyboard on your phone, let's say you have a song, you've been given a song to do. I don't know which song I should use, but we've moved to C. So this is C. If you can all hear me, this is C. And for example, you've been given a song. Can anyone give us a song? Just a simple song. So we use for practice. Anyone at all can just give us any song at all, you know. A very simple one, of course, that we all know. You're not singing, just a song. Just let me know which of the songs you cherish so much. Then we work with it. Once you're home, you can just be practicing with your app.
So it can be, you've been faithful, Lord.
Okay.
From the ages past.
All right, so maybe this is the song. You've been faithful, Lord. Since the ages past. I'm not gonna play anything that much. That is why your name is forevermore. So this is C. Okay. Now let's say this is so low for me. How then do I get to know that the song my MD has given to me is too low and that I would like to work myself more on something different that will not make me burn the song and also not make me, overdo it, where I can stay in between my ranges. So the app you have, as you listen to the song, mostly people have problem with picking the key of the song, but this is the easiest way I can help you. Once you are listening to the song, just hum the ending of the song, okay? You've been faithful, Lord. So you just hum it in mind. Try ending the song in your mind. The moment you end the song, that helps you get the key. Because you're not a keyboardist, let's go by this. That helps you get the key of the song. And helping you get the key of the song, you just have your app on the phone. Look for which of this, either the white or the black, which one of them is sounding like the humming you are having in your mind. So if it is you are able to get it, that this is the humming that is going on in your mind. Then as you keep that, try and sing on that key. If you are able to sing on that key and you are flawless, you have no problem with that key, then you know that this key is going to be comfortable for you. But if you try that key and it is not comfortable for you, just hit another key randomly. Begin to do that until you arrive at the perfect key that will help you do the song without, screeching up and doing damages to the song. So the song that has been given, you've been faithful, God, and I'm on C. You've been faithful, Lord, since the ages past. So I feel it's too low. So let's move a bit higher. So this should be you at home, not at rehearsals. This should be you at home. The song given is too low. Let me move a step higher. So let's say we go to C sharp. You've been faithful, Lord. It's still low. Let's move about. Please, Sammy and Uncle Pelek, please do this for me. Help them understand what a tone S and then a semitone. Okay, the half and the full step. So I was just about using the word here, but I realized I've not opened my up on it. So please do well to let them know a whole tone or a whole note and then the semi note or the semitone. So I am moving 3 steps from where I am right now, and that will take me to E. So I'm on E. So you've been faithful, Lord, since the ages past. Okay, so at this point in time, I feel that this key is going to be a bit cool for me. Yes, so instead of doing the song, you know, in C or on C, after running through several keys, I've come to arrive at E. That tells me that my ministration is going to be on E. One, I'm not going to burn the song. Two, I'm not going to overdo anything.
Pastor
Prince,
Sam,
Sammy,
Pastor
yes,
Sam,
we can hear you.
yeah, please, your microphone is far, so we can't really hear you.
All right, thank you so much. All right, thank you, guys. Sorry about that. Can you please mute yourself? Good. So I was saying that now I've been able to run from C to E, knowing very well that when I'm doing this ministration, one, I'm not going to burn any key. Two, I'm not going to do any overreactions. Gonna get any overreactions in my throat. I would finish ministration and I'm still reserved in strength in my vocals because I am working on a very comfortable key. So if you are able to do all of this stuffs at home, it makes your rehearsals very cool, without stress, without any form of punishment to yourself and to the MD and to the keyboardist. This is what should be done at your home. Rehearsals is not a place where you are going to study a song, or it's not a place where you are now going to find your key and all of those stuffs. I keep telling people that anything that you are going to do for life, you have to pay full attention or give full attention to it. So if you've decided to become a singer, or you've decided to use the instrument God has given you to benefit yourself and others, then you have to pay full attention. And how do you pay full attention? Is by getting resources that will equip you to be able to enhance yourself. So if you are a singer, your duty is to learn about your own voice. Your duty is to learn about the instruments that will help make whatever you are doing become useful. You don't only go for rehearsals, sing, close, go home, sleep throughout the 7 days and go back to rehearsals and perform Sunday. No, that doesn't help you. You cannot do these ordinary lives to achieve super ordinary results. If you really want to achieve super ordinary results, then you have to step up in the game that we are playing. Okay, so this takes us again back to the keyboard, back to the C. You are faithful, God, since the ages past. I am singing, but I am relaxed and nothing is happening. Yeah. So that means the key is very comfortable. A lot of you will experience this when you are trying to find your key. You may assume that the atmosphere where you are, maybe you are in your room and you are looking for a key to do this ministration. You may arrive at a very comfortable key. The ambience in your room, which is helping you to do the C, will make you feel that that is the best key for you. I don't know if you are getting what I'm saying, but the ambience where you sit into look for your key will assume that you are doing the best key ever. But the ordinary me sitting here and in this room where I am, the C is okay, comfortable, where I feel it's fine. But the moment I stand before a congregation or before audience, it's going to be a problem for me. It's going to make me feel I've not done enough job. So what I will advise is that between a very lower range, if you remember our first class, we dealt with ranges from 0 to 10. Ignore the 5. The 5 is your comfortable or your escape zone. So from 0 to 4 and then from 6 to 10. The key that will be preferential for you should be between the 4 and the 7, still ignoring your 5. Now remember, I told you right from the C, I realized that I can be very comfortable here in E. You've been faithful, God, since the ages past. Fine, it's okay, but I'm not gonna use this for ministration. The person, the personality who is me knows what I can do. So if now I want to select the best key because of the room ambience where I am, and probably I have neighbors next door, and I feel I'm not disturbing them, doesn't mean that this key is perfect. So how do I get to know which of the key is going to be perfect for the administration? I need to still step up and change my environment. There are people, they will tell you that when they are home they can sing very well. When they see people, they begin to mess up. There are people too, they like to rehearse in the bathroom. The ambience is giving you a reverb. It makes your voice very nice. The ambience you have in the bathroom is not in your church. Your church probably might not have soundproof. Secondly, you may not have all the frequencies that you are getting in the bathroom. So don't go and enter your bathroom, sing and feel you are the superstar overnight. Go and take the microphone and let your pastor have, BP, please. So maybe you are trying to look for your key, and you just got it right. The key is fine. In the course of the week, that's why you have some days interval before you go for rehearsals. So just get another place where you feel it's a bit conducive. Sometimes get a friend who, this friend is too plain. you know this is a class, this is not a spiritual class. This is just a vocal class. You are trying to get things right. Get a friend who is very plain, who says things raw without thinking. They think after they've talked. They don't think before they talk. They After they've made a statement, before they realize they said a nonsense thing. So get such a friend. Sing before the person and ask the person, did I do well? I believe the person will insult you when the thing is not right. Get someone who criticizes you. That is what I'm trying to mean. Okay, someone who criticizes you will help you move ahead. Maybe you will sing before your mom or your dad, and they'll appreciate you because they think you've done the best. But if I am your friend and you sing, I believe I'm going to have a problem with you because I'm going to criticize your work. So if you have someone who is musically inclined as a friend, permit the person within that time to criticize whatever you are doing so that you'll be able to hit a perfect key. Sometimes at rehearsals, you may be able to do very well. The following day, which is Sunday, you would go on the stage and you would mess up. Why would you mess up? The same key was good Saturday, but the same key destroyed everything you did on Sunday. One, it may be because you are vocally stressed up, or you've had a lot of our bodies does react to environmental factors. We have something we call homeostatic changes, if I'm right. Yeah. So it could be because of those factors. However, the most important thing is your vocal range. Your vocal range, if it has not been expanded to the key that you rehearsed in on Saturday. After rehearsing on Saturday, you may feel that you've done it well. When you go home, it is now that your voice is also going to take effect because you stretched it. So it has become a bit hoarse. Over the night when you are asleep, yes, worn out tissues are going to be replaced, but it's not going to take overnight to repair. So you wake up, you go to church Sunday to perform, and you realize the key that you did was good on Saturday, but on Sunday there is a kind of problem with your voice. That means that there was a stretch, too much stretch in your vocal cords or your vocal ranges, and it's now trying to relax. In medicals, I think we call it relapse or something of that sort. I've forgotten. Okay, so it's now trying to contract back to its original state. So during your Sunday ministration, the very moment you begin to notice this is to tell you that you've still not been able to open up your range within the song you are performing. So to avoid all this stress, that is why we are introducing that at your own pace and in your own homes and wherever you find yourself, just figure out on your keyboard the app I gave you and begin to practice on your own. Take songs at random. Find the original key. It's not going to be easier. That is why I'm trying to put us in a group so you can have tutors to assist you with it. This is just a 1 hour session, so I just don't want to take it as a full class where I'm now teaching keyboard from the basics. So your tutors after today will help you with whatever I am talking about. So this is E. You've been faithful, God, since the ages past. That is why your name is forevermore. Okay, so now let's increase the key. Let's say to A. Now at this A, am I going to use am I going to employ any of the vocal dynamics? As in, am I going to use a head voice, falsetto, or am I going to, I just have to calculate in between what I'm going to do. If I'm going to sing the ordinary singing I was doing in E, then I'll tell myself the A is going to be high. But if I am going to try to do falsetto, then I will. And not everyone can do falsetto, or not everyone can do the head voice. Not everyone can, put in some dynamics. There are some people, they attack the song the way it is without any form of, crescendo, decrescendo. You are not flipping and trailing anything. So if you are unable to do all of these dynamics and you pick a high key, that is where your voice begin to break. God's Way came online, but he's off. We were both at the program I was telling you about. The guy changed the key, and within the next minute or 2 minutes, his voice was gone. But before, he was on a very comfortable key. Everything was perfect, very very perfect, until he misled himself and did something beyond bar. Okay, so this is how you are able to perfect yourself with the vocal range. The range is just there to tell you that you can't go beyond this. You can do beyond, you can be within this box. If you want to go beyond, then you have to stretch yourself by training. Every time I want to open up my ranges, I tell myself I'm not going to minister for a month. So if I am to train currently, if I should tell you my range now, um, between the 6 and then the 10, I can tell you my current range is within 8.5. So if I want to go beyond 8.5, then I have to tell myself I'm not going to minister for like a month, because I will need time to work it out, and I will need time for it to heal gradually. A lot of singers are there in town. They sound very horsey. Their voices are tired, and very rusty, simply because they've not had time to heal themselves, and they keep on jumping from one program to another. I'm not saying it is bad to do that, but you should as well have respect for your voice, because the moment you break that vocal cord, it becomes very difficult to get it back the way it is. All right, at this point, I'm just going to pause and take questions, and then we'll move on. Any questions so far? Okay, Sammy, let's hear you.
Father Sam, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can all hear you.
Hello.
Yes, please, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine is
Can one of you mute the microphone? Prince or Sam, one of you should.
mute your
Okay, thank you. Sammy, let's hear you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Father Sam, please can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so my question is um talking about the vocal range.
Mm-hmm.
So I was asking if, let's say, there's a point where you can have a key and the key is low. Let's say you are singing and you are singing on a key like C,
Okay.
and the key is lower for you.
Mm-hmm.
I know something about octave,
Yeah.
that is lower octave and higher octave.
Mm-hmm.
So what if um, I use the key C and the
Mm-hmm.
key is lower for me, and I try the higher one? um, how do I know say this one is mine? Like
Okay.
my vocal range is there or something. Please, do you understand the question?
Yes, I do understand you perfectly. And thanks for this question. It's a very good question. Now, um, in vocal ranges, I think I have addressed that in one of the books that I have written in vocal ranges, but it's not specifically under vocal ranges, but it's in vocal, either vocal dynamics or note precision. Yes, it's in note precision.
Nice.
So in note
Okay,
precision,
okay.
I said something that the fact that you are comfortable in a range, so, in a key, let's say you used C, so let's still use the C. So you may be doing a song in a
Nice.
lower octave.
Khalifa Bra,
Sammy,
maintain your canoe.
Sammy, can you please mute your microphone? Thank you. So we can be working in C, okay? And with the C, the octave can be low. And the person can still do a higher octave still in C. Perfect. If it is just for administration, that is why we have rehearsals. Rehearsals are meant to address issues. So if it is just for a song or two, or you've done a medley, and the person is able to flow within the C higher octave, as in the higher octave of the C, and the person is able to flow without any problem, fine. But that doesn't guarantee that that is the person's vocal range. So Sam, you can still do it, or whoever is doing the song can still do it in a higher range, sorry, in a higher octave of the key C. But that doesn't guarantee that it is the person's vocal range. Now let me make it very practical here. Let's use someone we all know. This person, this artist. What's his name? Um, Pastor Shadrach. I hope you all know Pastor Shadrach. You've all heard his ministration before. Okay, now
Yeah, yeah.
Pastor Shadrach, listening to him, minister several times, I can just sit down and then code his vocal range. Now, if Pastor Shadrach is supposed to do a song in C, which I know is going to be relatively low for him, he can still be able to continue doing the same song in a higher octave of C. But if he's actually going to have a lot of, medleys done during the same session, at a point in time, you will get to know that his voice is tired. That will tell you that he's not working within his range. So, in as much as you can feel comfortable in a certain range, doesn't guarantee the fact that you are within a range. That is why we are now going to move from theory aspect to the practical aspect for people who have not been able to, certify their vocal ranges to be able to do so. I don't know if that answers you well, but if not, I can still go ahead and explain. So you can be working in a key, but that doesn't mean it's your range. Okay. I was doing a song last 2 days, a song by Vashon Mitchell, sorry, turning around. If I it's not escaping me. Turning around, yes, I'm sure. And his key was perfectly meant for him. He's a mentor. He's a vocal mentor. I was doing the same song from the early stage, from the first minute to about the second to third minute. I was very comfortable. He was comfortable from beginning to the end, but when it got to some minutes, I realized I couldn't push very well. I was though doing it, but I noticed that if I would get to his range within that place, then I have to reduce the key and still be able to pitch as I am hearing him pitch, but then I have to reduce my key. So it was a clear sign for me to know that I must increase my vocal range to be able to flow with him. Though beginning of the key, the song, I was very comfortable on that key, but the latter part, I realized it would take me a lot of effort to be able to meet all the notes he's doing. And I try to be someone who wants to score the registers and the pitches others have done before I also create my own thing. It's just like being a copy and paste personnel. I copy and then paste whatever I am hearing. After that, I also create my own around it. That's it. So if I hear someone doing some riff and run, I just take it up, listen to it, try mine, do it the same, and then build mine around it. That's the way I just do my stuffs. Okay, so please, any other question? Godsway, you are back, right? Is Godsway here? Okay, Godsway, I can see you here. Yes, Godsway is also a keyboardist, so he'll be joining Sammy and Uncle Peleg as well. I hope I'm mentioning your name right. Is it Peleg or Peleg?
Yeah, it's Peleg.
Peleg, okay, all right. You know, sometimes we just have to be careful the way we mention some names before we realize we are rather mentioning different things. Okay, so please, any other question? I just want to take questions now. Um, Auntie Prisla, Auntie Lydia, Auntie Leona, Mr. Evans or Evans, Auntie Enyunam, Mr. Andrews. Any questions so far? Any question? Okay, if we have no question, then I do have questions. Okay, I have questions. So before I ask my question, I just want to touch again that we have 12 keys on the keyboard. 7 of them are white and then 5 of them are black. So besides the instrumentalist, what is the name given to the white keys that I mentioned earlier on, and then the name given to the black keys? Please, anyone besides the instrumentalist or the keyboardist? Anyone? I have um, Auntie Enyonam here, I have Uncle Andrews here, I have Uncle Evans, I have Franca, I have Aunt Leona, I have Prince and Prisla. So, what is the name given to the black keys, and what is the name, or what are their names? The black keys and then the white keys. These are basically the keys you find in keyboard. We don't have any other color. They are just black and white. Uh, okay, Uncle Evans, your mic was unmuted a while ago. Oh, so everyone has forgotten. That's amazing. So I said the white keys, I call them I have several names for them. I call the white keys the parent keys. I do call it harmonic keys. I do call it the parent key. I have, sometimes I even call it origin. And then the black keys, I call them enharmonic keys. But when you're trying to teach ascending order, we just call it the sharp, and then descending order, we call it the flat. Okay, but then my seniors will help you understand what a tone is. A tone is a full note, a whole note, or a whole tone, and then they will also help you know what a semitone is, and then they will help you familiarize yourselves with the keys better, so that you know if you're standing here, this is called D. If you're standing here, you know this is called F. You have to familiarize yourself with this, and then you move, because once you are riffing or you are doing a run, you are running on surface, and all of this comes or falls within a key, which is very much important to know. So at this point, I just want to ask if there's any other question. And let me just put this across. So sorry, today we were supposed to receive a guest facilitator, but then she couldn't join us because she's having a class this morning. I can't tell when, because next week too she's having a class. So I don't know when we are going to receive her, but then we will do that before we are done with our class. Honestly, today ends the session on vocal range. There are other things to touch on, but I believe we've done much. Yeah, so today is going to end our vocal range, and next week we are taking on another session. Yes, so if you have any questions so far, right from the first week, the second week, today is the third week. If you have any question, you are free to ask. Okay.
Um, okay, So I want to ask another question.
Okay, go ahead.
So let's say with what you've taught us, you on Saturday you rehearsed with a key.
Mm-hmm.
Then on Sunday you get to stage and you realize that as it is your
Mm-hmm.
key now to say the other key was okay, but when you read the stage, I feel you realize you say no, the key is very high, and you can't continue with it. How do you go about these things? Because some of these things, uh if we all agree to it, it's a very practical something we all face on stage. So how do we go about it?
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you for the question. So, if you are faced with such a challenge where Saturday was good, Sunday you realize the key is going to be a problem, I'm not going to suggest that the key should be changed because it was a teamwork. If you should change it, probably it's going to affect the harmony. Sometimes it does affect the harmony of the song. And because the BVs are not prepared to know what is about happening, not everyone is a pro when they come to BVing. So if you know you are dealing with pros, then fine, you can just have the key changed and then they can smoothly enter. But if you are dealing with people who are intermediate, it's going to be bad on their side. So the lead singer or whoever is leading should be able to know how to, sing around a key. Sometimes you may not be able to hit the exact pitch. So in this aspect, if I am faced with this challenge, that means I'm going to do a lot of call and backups, just like Kirk Franklin. I'll just call for the backers to do it. I may not be doing a full singing. I'm just trying to tell you what I may do if I find myself in that situation. I'll just do that. That is constant ad libbing, just ad libs throughout. The point where I feel I can sing, I can just do that. But if a whole verse is supposed to be sung by me and I feel the key is just going to be like that, then the best is I'm going to reduce from whichever range I rehearsed to a lower range. So for octave. I mean, I beg your pardon. So if maybe I was within the fourth octave of ministration during Saturday, then I have to just fall. Whichever octave I'm going to fall is just to help me to do the song without any problem. You get it? Sammy, do you get it? Okay, good. So the keyboard gives you, a lot of choices to be able to flow. All right. Any other question, please?
Yes, please. Maybe this is not directly to you,
Mm-hmm.
but because there are keyboardists here, I want to understand why they can rehearse in a key, everything is fine. Then Sunday morning, they decide to change the key. So maybe you rehearsed in a D flat
Okay.
on Saturday and everything was fine. Backing vocalists are okay, the lead singer is fine. Sunday morning, they come and they change to a D sharp.
Okay. Keyboardist Samuel Peleg, if God's way is here, this question I have to give it to you guys to answer. Why do you guys do that? Well, it happened to me before.
Brother Zam,
Yes, sir.
I think when you started, you answered this question. I don't know for her sake, but I've also had experience where a singer will finish singing and she will ask me, "Why did you change that key?" Key is it goes to like the same question I asked. At times, as Pastor Sam said, maybe I now die no, meaning maybe I could die. Now maybe your vocal cords, how I don't know what will happen. So when you come back on Sunday and you maybe sometimes when you vocal warm up, there will be no vocal warm up. So no, I bet you mic so tuning. That one you should expect say you will not even sing any better or any good. Then omode ebani sana nomde any bring na be so instrumentalist no say we didn't play it well. Why you change the key? We I don't know. Me have The key that we used on Saturday, that's the key I play. What I say. So that's my experience. Me, I don't think we change keys. It
Okay.
is on the side of the singers
All right. So
that they are
earlier
not.
on, sorry to cut you. Earlier on, I was saying that sometimes our bodies, or we go through a lot of series of activities or home chores, and it can also affect us. Stress can equally affect us. So in that manner, we are unable to meet the key as we had it done on Saturday. So you go back home, up and down like that. Some people don't even sleep early. Sometimes 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Saturday, again Sunday dawn, the person is going to bed. So you wake up vocally stressed up. So the key that was comfortable on Saturday could be a bit stressful on Sunday because you've not had enough rest. Your voice, remember, it lies within your body. Once your body is tired, it affects your voice. But I also side up with um, this question because I've also experienced that, and I was doing a song. This song, "It's Your Season" by Sinach, and I was supposed to do it, I think, in A, very high, and before I realized, the song was killing me totally. When I finished, then the guy was like, he's sorry he played D for me. All the way from A to D was too much. It was embarrassing. Only for him to let me know that the person who ministered before me, you know, the person had worked on a transpose, so he did not go on transpose. He just went to play key, forgetting that the person has already transposed on the keyboard. So you see, this is some of the technical issues keyboardists do face. Like me, for instance, I can't play all keys. I play F, C, and then E flat, but I try to play F major often. So if I'm to play C for you, I'm going to technically transpose to C and play in F major. If I should leave the keyboard for another keyboardist, one, it should have been my duty to change. But because I didn't change it, it should be the duty of the next keyboardist coming in to change, to make sure that the keyboard is set to default so he can also start. But my keyboardist, I don't know for what reason, forgot all of this, just jumped on the keyboard and played assuming he's in his A whilst the keyboard has already been transposed. So now the person who suffered was me and the BVs. So sometimes I believe this is what happens. But if Uncle Peleg, you have something to tell us, we would like to hear from you. However, I don't think. Okay, okay, please talk.
Okay, so for me, I don't think that keyboardists maybe intentionally change keys or something. Okay, so for me, I had a particular situation where I think the singer was good at singing on E flat.
Okay.
So yes, so even she told me that um she sings on E flat. I was like, okay, so I was playing it for her, and later when I realized that no, she changed the key. Okay, so yeah, so later I realized that what she was singing was on C sharp.
Okay.
So I tried changing the key for her, and I think like she realized that I changed the key, and she gave a particular eye like she wasn't okay with the key. Okay, but me the keyboardist, I heard the tone and the key she was singing, and I realized that it was C sharp.
Mm-hmm.
But I know the no E flat okay. So sometimes these things happen and they are normal. Yeah, so it's good for singers to also know the like keys. I mean the keyboards, the tones and everything. Yeah, so that's it.
That's very true. Someone is giving a laughing emoji. Kaya Express. She knows herself. She did that to me last 2 weeks. So I'm not going to talk about her case. I gave her a song done in F sharp. She gave me the song back, and the song had already naturally moved to E. While she was singing, she was just doing natural flatting, and it took me grace to be able to know that she has moved to that key. Yes. So, Auntie Leona, I don't know if this help answer your question, but I would say it's not done intentional. Yeah, but if we should have any keyboardist trying to do this intentional, that person has not yet received Christ. The person needs Jesus every day. Yeah, so I don't believe it's done intentional, because in the atmosphere where we find ourselves as ministers, those mistakes are not so common. it's maybe comes in like I explained my side. My guy explained that it was a technical fault where he overlooked or he couldn't find that the other guy played the transpose, and all of this happens. All of this happens, and let's not forget that sometimes the keyboardist too, he or she is playing the keyboard, but the landlord is actually on him for rent. So sometimes their mind is elsewhere. They can know that they are working on C before you realize they rehearse on C, but they'll come to church with the mindset you did it on C sharp. So just as Uncle Pelek said, we should have it in mind. Every time you rehearse, after rehearsals, do what to, get to know the key in which you did the song. Maybe the following morning before you set up, you just remind the keyboardist, remember we did this song here, just to help them. Let's build that team. Okay, I would like to take my last question because we have 4 minutes to close. Any questions so far? Okay, if we don't have any question, the group page will be opened. If you have any question, it will be open from now till Monday evening. So if you have any question, you can just post it there. You can either do a voice note or type. It's up to you. Whichever one you feel comfortable, just do it, and then you send in the message, and we'll do well to address it for you. And we will be doing our best to set up the group so we can get to familiarize ourselves with the app that was given. So next week, God willing, we are starting with a different topic, not on vocal range, a different topic, and that is when we'll be needing the vocal pitch monitor, the pitch monitor, because we really have to set our voices on a good record. So I think that will be all for today. I really appreciate all of you for joining in. Uncle Prince, did you want to say something? Prince
no,
Arthur.
please, I'm okay.
Oh, okay. Are you a keyboardist?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay, great. So, I think you joined in late, or you were with us from the beginning.
I joined in late.
All right.
I was doing something.
Okay, that's fine. So, we will just take your number from the registration form, and either myself or Samuel will reach out to all the instrumentalists we have. We want to set up a small group and then handle our singers, help them to know their vocal ranges, because we want to practicalize everything we are doing here. So any of us will be reaching you guys very shortly. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. So if we have no other question, no other contribution, all I say is I really appreciate your time, your bundle, for joining in for this 1 hour session. God bless you so much, and have a very fruitful Sunday tomorrow. God bless you.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Say that I've seen the lightning flashing, and I've heard the thunder roll. Yes, sir. And I've felt since breakers dashing, trying to conquer my soul. But I heard the voice of Jesus telling me to still fight on, and He promised never to leave me alone. Can you see the